Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a monthly June message for all of the Virgos out in the collective. Please note this is going to be a general reading, so it will not resonate with every single Virgo out in the collective. I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen Into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I'm a psychic intuitive and a spiritual essence coach, and I provide you with guidance, wisdom, and inspiration every other week right here on this channel. Without further ado, Virgo, let's dive right into your monthly message. All right, Virgo, you know the drill. This is going to be a 9-card draw, so let's get shuffling. What information and what insight can you offer Virgo this month, Spirit? All right. Okay, Virgo, we are at the 4 of Wands. This is really good energy. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of celebration going on this month for you guys. Some of you will be celebrating new relationships, some marriages, maybe the birth of a family member. I just feel overall it's a lot of great energy that's going to be very harmonious, very appreciative, and it's going to feel very prosperous, which is what I love. So why wouldn't you? So I feel a lot of you feel really stable right now. That's good for you, Virgo. I'm going to say for us because that definitely makes me feel really good about that. 4 of Wands is really about this stable state of being in a state of celebration and a state of flow. Almost like, even though Virgos like to be very organized, I feel that of where you currently are, you're just happy to be where you are. And I feel like a lot of you are just very content. You feel that you've come a long way, and it's almost made you feel very stable and secure with where you are. And that's actually a really great thing. I'm seeing a lot of really amazing energy here, Virgos, which I absolutely love. As I do feel that Virgo energy, I can tell you that one thing I've definitely been feeling a lot of with the Virgo energy is that we have just been through it. We've been through it all. And we just feel like we've constantly been working and transitioning, and it's like we're finally at a space where we're like, I feel so good, right? I feel like now I'm not gonna lie here, because I do feel that not every Virgo is feeling this way. A lot of you have sort of elevated. You've gotten to a point where you feel like you're in a good space. For others of you, some of you are still sort of transitioning, and you're still sort of needing to do a little bit more growth and introspection. Okay, Virgos, let's go ahead and dive right in. Right off the bat, what I find very interesting is you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So out of 9 cards, 5 of them are major arcanas. And these are very good major arcana cards. So again, there's a lot of elevation going on. And I do feel that Pisces, Virgo, and Capricorns, and I'm going to say Leos, okay? I do feel like those signs have really been pushed sort of like at an accelerated level to sort of ascend a lot quicker. Okay, so where you currently are, Virgo, is the 4 of Wands. Now, as I mentioned, this is celebratory kind of energy. This is about being in a state of celebration, really celebrating, you know, the relationships around you. So you're going to be celebrating something this month. And for some reason, September keeps coming up. I don't know why, but something is going to happen in September for some of you. Now, I know that September is one of those months where a lot of Virgos are actually being born. So I don't know why September keeps popping in my head, but it just keeps popping in my head. And so I just kind of want to point that out. So the Four of Wands is it's a very stable energy. I think this is the reason why I feel a lot of you in the collective here, Virgo, feel very stable. You have the Four of Wands with Judgment and Justice. Judgment and Justice together. That right there tells me that you guys are on the path to pure growth nonetheless. And you're now at this point where you feel very stable with where you are. And you're sort of in that higher aspect of yourself, and you feel really good, and everything feels like it's balanced itself out, almost like the scales of your life have sort of balanced itself out. And this is why you're in that celebratory state. You're celebrating all of your successes and your wins, and you're enjoying life, and you're celebrating it with the people that you love, and just embracing that energy of I've made it, you know? So that is where you currently are. Now, what is your theme here, Virgo? You have the Hierophant. So I feel that this month, June, being the one month that is a 6, right? So it's really about harmony. So I kind of want to feel that, okay, when I'm looking at this vertically, you have the Hierophant with Judgment and the Hermit, okay? So the Hermit it's you. So this is you, and you are showing up as your action card here, Virgo. Now, understand that when it comes to the Hierophant, there are levels of ascension, okay? And it's really about relationships. It's really about beliefs. It's about, the things that are sort of pressed upon us as we grow. Now, I do feel here, Virgo, that your theme this month is going to revolve around you learning and expanding your growth and your knowledge in a different way. But I feel like you're still going to be a little bit more in hermit phase. It's almost like you're going to be in hermit mode this month, because maybe some of you are really sort of trying to understand. Maybe some of you are still in that cocoon phase where you're still trying to see the blessings that have been bestowed upon you. For others of you, this is really about, I want to be sure that this is exactly what it is I want before I start actually manifesting it, or before I actually start putting action towards it. Okay. The Hierophant really speaks about beliefs, okay, especially ancestral beliefs. And I do feel that in the month of June, it's going to be a very quick, accelerated type of energy that I'm feeling globally. And for a lot of you in the collective, this is really going to be a very big aha moment. So a lot of you are going to be very enlightened about, maybe past previous relationships, or maybe past lessons or beliefs that have sort of been passed down from generation to generation. And you're going to sort of break free of those. You're going to sort of come to this place of understanding. And it's going to make you very happy because you're going to be very relieved, right? I do feel that a lot of you in the collective here, Virgo, are breaking cycles, big, huge cycles that have a lot to do with, ancestor stuff, trauma and stuff that have come up. So what are you accomplishing? You have the Three of Wands here, Virgo. Now, this Three of Wands, I feel, is really about, taking those action steps towards the things that you are desiring. I feel that a lot of you already have a very clear vision of what it is you're desiring, and now you're putting forth all of your energy and your efforts into it. You're planning, you're organizing, you're doing those things, you're listening to your heart, you're tuning into that higher self and listening to your intuition. And now a lot of you are just waiting. You're just waiting for those rewards to come in so that you can actually say, I've done this, right? But even though a lot of you already feel that way, I can tell you from my own personal perspective here, Virgo, this is exactly where I'm at. I feel that I see that I've done a lot of work, and a lot of you have done the same. You've all done a lot of work, and you've gotten to this point and you feel really good about where you are, but now you're like, okay, what's next? What's next? You're wanting to move, right? And you're wanting to be able to see the rewards of what you've worked so hard for. Now, what do you need to avoid? You have the Strength card here. Now, I feel what this means is that don't be so headstrong, okay? I feel ultimately that's what this is saying. Don't be so headstrong, because I feel a lot of times, Virgos, and I can say this from my own personal perspective, a lot of times when we do something and we do something so well, we become overly confident. And when we become overly confident, that's when mistakes happen, right? That's when we repeat patterns or repeat circumstances, or we think that we're better than someone else. And that is something that we ultimately need to avoid. One thing I do often see with this card here is that the lion in the back, the lion, half of the lion often speaks to me because it tells me about Leo energy. And Leos are all about perfection. They're all about being in your face, being up front and center, okay? And so understand that this is something you need to avoid. I feel that, overall your action is the Hermit card, which is about introspection. So right now is not really the time for you to sort of shine your light and show where you are the strongest. This is about you really seeing how you are going to sort of level up in a very different way. I feel that's what this month is about. So this is what you need to avoid. Avoid trying to be in the limelight this month about being the expert on something, or trying to step forward too soon. Okay. Now, what do you need to embrace? Judgment. This is about embracing your higher self. One thing about being in hermit phase is that you are completely in a space where you are becoming enlightened about who you really are at the core. That introspection is learning to trust yourself. It's really learning to trust the guidance and the information that comes through from your higher self. And so with judgment being your embrace card here, Virgo, what that's really saying is that judgment is really about answering to a higher call. You might have a specific desire to do something, but spirit may be pushing you in a different direction, and it might be something that frightens you, right? And this is why it's going to be important for you this month to really give yourself the time to go with the flow. Don't be so hard and rigid on this and this needs to be done at this particular time. Spirit really wants you to observe. Being in hermit mode is really about observing. It's about witnessing. It's about experiencing and seeing things and understanding how that truly sits with you, how that feels with you intuitively, okay? So your embrace card is answering to a higher call, understanding that you're here because you are meant to do something amazing, right? And you need to answer that. Whatever your soul is calling you to do, that is what you are being asked to do. That is what you're needing to embrace. Now, what is the obstacle? Okay, this doesn't surprise me. It's the Ace of Wands. I feel that the obstacle in this is that you're going to have this very strong desire, okay? The way that I'm seeing this, Virgo, is that you are being asked to really sit with a lot of things internally and see how they make you feel. But you're also being asked to answer to a higher call. So it's almost like you're being asked to do things that you might not necessarily be comfortable with. And this is why it's going to be so important that you find that balance and that you go with the flow and that you not be so rigid, okay? Because your obstacle is going to be that maybe you're going to get these new ideas and these new inspirations, and you're going to want to do all of these things, but Spirit is really wanting you to focus on what is the one thing that my highest good wants me to accomplish right now, right? It's not about being focusing on just yourself. It's about focusing on the whole. And I feel that's where your obstacle is going to be, because I feel like maybe working on something that benefits the whole or the collective isn't necessarily what you are really wanting to focus on. Maybe you're wanting to just focus on something for yourself. And I can tell you honestly here, Virgo, this is something I have struggled with for a long time. I've always looked at things on what I'm going to accomplish and what I want to accomplish as my goals, my tasks, my this, my that. I had to slowly come to terms with the fact that this isn't about me. This is about us. This is about me being of service to the collective and to spirit, right? I am answering to a higher call. And whatever that higher call is asking me to do, I have to sort of listen internally and sort of find that harmony and that balance within, because that's where you'll find the discord, right? I might want to outshine, right? I might want to say, but this is what I'm good at. This is what I excel at, right? But Spirit's saying, no, you need to tame that and you need to really listen to what we're asking of you, what you are really here to do. So that is your obstacle. Your obstacle is going to be overcoming that desire to want to work on the things that you have on your list instead of focusing on the desires of what they're wanting you to focus on. It's almost like I have this pull that, Virgo's really being pulled to work on, and this could be for a select few of you, because I kind of feel like this is about light worker based, that a few of you are really being pulled to work on stuff collectively and you're not doing it. And this is something that you're needing to do. And that's why Spirit is wanting you to answer the call. This is why you have the Hierophant with the Judgment card and the Hermit card as your center card, right? This is why this is in your present moment, because you've gotten to this point, you have ascended to a specific point that now it's time to start the next phase of that ascension process, right? Which means that you have to surrender to your own desires and surrender to the desires of the cosmos. And by doing that, that will bring up a lot of discontentment in you that is going to require you to sit with it and to sort of do that introspection into what needs to be healed within in order for you to accomplish that. Okay. Now, what is your support? Your support is the Two of Wands. Again, it's understanding and knowing here. Now, I'm going to read this Two of Wands very differently. It's knowing and understanding that, the things that you have accomplished, that you have excelled in, and you've gotten to this point that now that's put to rest, right? So now it's about really trying to get you to become aware that you're now moving to a different phase here, Virgo. And as you transition to this new phase, how you actually go through this process of ascension is through working on the things that bring you joy, that make you feel excited, right? The Two of Wands is really about taking action towards the things that you are desiring and that you're wanting to do. So it's not to say that your list of desires isn't going to get fulfilled. It is. But understand that as you accomplish certain specific tasks or you accomplish certain specific goals, and if you don't see the rewards that you are wanting to see, it doesn't necessarily mean that you failed at it. It just means that this is another layer. It's another layer of this massive process of what you are needing to sort of level up to. Okay. Now, your action is the Hermit card. Again, this is about taking that journey within, that introspection, needing to sort of see the light within yourself and be the light within yourself. Now, what is your advice and your encouragement? Justice. This is about, the law, balancing the scales, right? One thing about justice, it's about the law of cause and effect. And I want to point out here that Virgos, you guys have worked so hard to get to a point where you're now starting to see everything being balanced out. Everything feels equal. Everything feels so good now, right? And this is a really great place to be. Know and understand that even though you might find a little bit of discomfort this month, Virgo, understand that that discomfort is just another layer. It's simply just another layer to help you get to the point of ascension that is a part of your next phase. Now, Virgo, this is your message for this month. I know it was very convoluted, but let's get an additional card to see how much more it will offer you and provide a little bit more clarity for you. So what additional information and insight can you offer Virgo here, Spirit? What additional information and insight can you offer Virgo? Oh, that was way too many. What additional information and insight can you offer Virgo, Spirit? Okay, all right. We have number 19, Waking the Lion. I absolutely love this. Okay, let's see what number 19 has to say and what its message is for you. So understand that, okay, this is beautiful. I love this. So waking the lion. So the key concept with this is that it's about bringing forth a lot of boldness, having the courage to move forward, even without knowing the way. And that's important because I feel like where you are right now here, Virgo, is that you know that you're being called to sort of elevate to this place that is very unfamiliar territory to you, right? And there's this hesitance, right? This discord. This is why the hermit is here. You're needing to face that. So here's what it says. Regardless of the outer conditions right now, you can't wait for your fear to lessen before you move forward. In fact, despite the chaos and seeming disarray, you must be bold. Whatever your trepidation, act as if you have deep trust that all will be well. Nothing is promised to you, but you will never truly see magic if you don't take the risk. Come to the edge of certainty in your life and leap into the unknown. You have no guarantee of immediate success. Still, you must summon your bravery in the face of possible pain, failure, or even success, and own your power. The act of making this leap, no matter the final outcome, awakens the lion within. Be proud of who you are and who you are becoming. No one can take this away from you. What type of courage is called for today? Only you know, and only you have the power to choose your path. Know that it takes just as much strength and bravery to love and be vulnerable as it does to confront a personal challenge or physical obstacle. So call on your strength and stand your ground, or consciously temper your emotional reactions, do nothing, and trust in your partnership with the divine. Whatever your choice, you will not fail as long as you act with courage and integrity. Virgo, this is a very beautiful message. One thing I do want to point out here, Virgo, is if you have any Leo, you do have a lot of fire cards here. I keep feeling that. And these two lions here just keep screaming at me. So if you have any Leo in your chart, you're going to want to look at Leo's message to see what additional information and insight it has for you. So Virgo, this is your message for this month. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Namaste, guys.